Greetings and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be having a look at something rather special, and I just think this is just nuts. Absolutely crazy by Paradox what they've done. So we're going to have a look at this and just see how powerful it is. I just think this is absolutely nuts. So for all you Nanite players out and all you wide players out there, this is straight down your alley. This is exactly what you want to do. Now, in a 3.12.5 update, we had a new class of ship introduced. Let me introduce you to the Nanite Interdictor. So what you can see before you here is a Nanite Interdictor Battleship. This is the battleship version of the Nanite ship. Now, when it starts off at a lazy 1500 armor, 2000 hull points. So already the armor on your Nanite Swarmer is 100 starts off. It's already, this is worth 15 times a Nanite Swarmer. This is worth, the hull points is worth 40 Nanite Swarmers, as the hull on a Nanite Swarmer is only 50. We've got 40 times a Nanite Swarmer there and 15 times a Nanite Swarmer there for the price of 7. Nanite Swarmers used to cost, well, the Nanite Swarmers do cost 500 each. So, well, sorry, no, 14. What's that? 15 Nanite Swarmers. So that's about right for the armor in terms of cost. That get a bonus for the hull points, but the difference is here is we get a selection of weapons. For example, we can go into L slots. We can put stack armor. Let's stack in Dragon Scale Arm, because if you're going to go Nanites, you may as well go Cosmo Genesis as well to get the best tech in the game. Stack that on, 8,160 armor. That's the equivalent of, well, nearly 82 Nanite Swarmers in armor. Even if we stack your generic Neutronium armor, that's equivalent of 67 Nanite Swarmers. So, but I prefer to use Dragon Scale because, hey, why not use the best we can in the game? Let's stick in some afterburners, add some speed into this puppy. Sonic, we're not using Sonic, we use jump drives. Now, for this, you could go all Devastator torpedoes. Let's get some close range firepower. Let's stick in some, let's stick some disruptors in there. So we go in close range, and then all of a sudden you've got a nice, powerful close range battleship. Now, there is one really interesting factor in this as well, is this Nanite Battleship only costs 4 naval capacity or 4 fleet capacity instead of your 8 for a battleship. So for every standard battleship, you can have 2 of these in your fleet, 2 Nanite battleships. So your opponent can only put, say, let's say, well, in this example, this fight, with 280 Navy fleet cap is 35 battleships in each fleet, whereas I can put 70. So I can outnumber them 2 to 1 in every fleet per ship. Even if their ships have maybe some more firepower than I do, with the different types of weapons they've got, I still outnumber them 2 to 1. And I'm packing a fair bit of armor, maybe not as much hull points or as much shields. I'm not running any shields. You could elect to run shields if you want to, completely your choice. Now the biggest factor here is the cost of Nanites. So it's 7,500 each, so it is not cheap. But if you're playing a wide empire, if you've got 100 planets or 80 planets and you just be producing Nanites hand over fist, these are the type of ships you want to build. This is just great. I don't know why Paradox did this. This is just nuts. No, it's just this ship build is just going to be completely change the game on its head. But everyone's going to be building these type of ships now. Like, if you're going Nanites, this is what you're going to be doing. And if you're going to be fighting someone with Nanites, I don't know how you're going to combat this. Like, if they're producing so many Nanites that they can keep producing these puppies, plus you can stick Dragon Scale Armor, let's stick Dark Matter on here to get a little bit more power, a little bit more damage if you've got different type of weapons. It doesn't cost me Dark Matter. It's not costing me any other resources. You can put whatever you want on here. Use strategic resources and the artifacts or relics, what do you want to call them. You know, all these, you can put the ancient nanite missiles on it. I've got a few different designs here as well. That I got in my fleet. So let's actually look at the fleets. It'll be easier. So I've got one class of ship here. I've got 3 different types of nanite ships. There's 12 fleets in total, 3 different types, which are 4 fleets each. So we've got 4 fleets of one type, 4 of another, and 4 of another to make it nice and equal. So in this one, we've got neutron launchers. So I've got, this is where it becomes really ridiculous. So I've got 4 lots of nanite battleships, 70 in each fleet, 5 torpedo launchers for each ship. So what's that? What's 5 times 70? What's that? 280, 300, 350 nanites per fleet. Not nanites, 350 neutron launchers per fleet times 4. So what's that? That's 1,200, so another 200, so 1,400 neutron launches, rather, 1,400 neutron launches being fired in the opening salvo, and every tick after that, depending how many ships I lose, 1,400 of these things are coming at you. And then you've got, I've decided to put the ancient nanite missile cloud launcher. Why not? Why is every 0.85 seconds? So I've got 4 of these times 70 on every fleet. That's 280 times that by 4. So whatever that is, coming at you every 0.85 seconds. It's just nuts. That's crazy. And I've got all these defenses on. Obviously, I put artillery computer on this one. The nanites you can only use. Let's just have a look at the computers. It's nanites, I think torpedoes, and one other. I don't think you can't have line computer. So they did exclude that, the mongrels. They didn't give me line computer. You got carrier, you've got artillery and torpedo. There's no swarm option for this, unlike the swarmer. So no line computer, unfortunately. So we could use the precog if you wanted to do, if you had that design, but I'm not going to use that. All right, so we've got that design. That's your long range sort of firepower build. Then we've got our close range firepower. So now we've got 1,400 devastated torpedoes going to be fired, depending how many make it close to the opposing fleet. I imagine quite a few are going to get destroyed because these guys are going to be charging in. Their torpedo computers are going to change close range. So, and some disruptors for just to keep up that constant close range barrage. And plus, this is very effective at dealing with enemy corvettes and screening ships as well. Dragon scale armor and some afterburners. So we've got 4 lots of these fleets as well. So 1,400 devastated torpedoes and what's that, over 1,000 disruptors in these 4 fleets. Well, they're a bit mixed up. You can see a few mixed up. So there's 4. Then we've got, actually, what's this fleet here? 93k. What is that one? Oh, that's the neutron launchers. And where's the 4th fleet? This one, 199. This is our carrier battleship. I'll actually show you the ship design. So where is it? Here. So you've got 4 hangar bays per ship. So I've put in the ancient driller drone, so why not? Give me a bit of extra damage, and it doesn't cost me anything. Nothing costs me in those artifacts, so I can build as many of these as I want, no problem. So why not use them? So the only difference there is they do minus damage to shields. But hey, as everyone tends to run armor these days, why would I not use this? And then if anything, one does have shields, well, I've got my kinetic artillery there to deal with that. So it's a nice little addition. 4 hangar bays, kinetic artillery. They've added a bit of flak and PD in here and using the nanite flak battery, because why not? Doesn't cost me anything. And same with the ancient defensive web slinger. That's like tier 4 PD, basically. Doesn't cost me anything to use it, so why not? Dragon scale armor, afterburners, and we're using the carrier combat computer. So why would I not use that? So now I've got 4 lots of strike craft. So I'm going to have, what's that? 4 times 70, so that's 280. So that's what, about 1,120, is it? My maths is correct. Strike craft every time they launch. So yeah, good luck with that. And then opposing this fleet is pretty much our ships we used in the massive battle in my previous video, but I'll just show you what it looks like. They're all the same. It's just one ship design. I've just put it in there just to see how this type of fleet would go against a pure artillery Tachyon Lance. Using the line computers, so we're going to give them a bit of a chance. Not using artillery, use the line computer and see if they can give them the extra firepower, extra chance to hit. The neutronium armor, 1 shield, active fire control to give us a bit of another 5 chance to hit on that. So artillery should be 100, and afterburners just give us a bit more evasion and speed. Could change that to something else, like I don't know, whatever. We could put it shield hard, armor hardening. Perhaps we could probably put that in there to help us with the torpedoes. So this is basically just a test to see how this goes. I have not tested this yet. I just saw the build and just thought, oh, what the hell, I have to make a video on this. This is like crazy. So I don't know how this will go. Maybe this fleet will obliterate this fleet. I don't know. But when we look at the comparisons, armor, they've got a little bit more armor. They've got more hull points, and they've got a bit more shields. But considering there's 2 for every one of this, so that they're up against, what's that? It's about 16,000 armor, really, because it's 2 lots of 8,100, I think. So over 16,000 armor opposing them. They've got, 4,000 hull points, opposed to they've got an advantage in hull points, and they've also got an advantage in shields. So does it make up for 8,100 armor? No, it doesn't. That's about nearly 5,000 extra hit points in terms of shields. No, it's not. It's 1,600. It's about not quite 3,000 extra hit points in terms of extra hull points and shields, whereas the nanites have an extra 8,100 armor hit points. So they're about 5,000 per ship better off. Multiply that by 35 in every fleet. So 5,000 times 35 times 12. That's the hit point advantage this fleet now has. But the cost is enormous. You're talking millions of nanites here. It's about 525,000 nanites per fleet. So this is not cheap to do. This is a real late game thing. You're going to need like 100 planets or so to start fielding nanite fleets like this. So this is not easy to achieve. So anyway, let's go back to the nanite fleet, and let's see how this battle will unfold. Okay, let's see how this fight goes.
We're under attack. Time to dance.
It's just look at all these ships coming, all these nanite type ships. There you go, X-Lot weapons are firing. Look at those strike. Look how fast they are. Wow. Didn't realize they were that quick. Alright, let's just pause this. So those ancient nanite swarmers, whatever, are running in there. They're strike craft. They really close the distance fast. So we can see a few battleships have been killed already. Started with 35 each. Let's look at the opening damage just to see what is causing it. So we've got the neutron launchers. They've already done a huge amount of damage. That's 1,400. They already did 260,000 in the opening salvo. The ancient driller drones, okay, but they're flying in now, so they're starting to do a little bit. They do a lot of damage to the hull. Small phase disruptor. That'll just be from the cruise, the torpedo ships running in. Kinetic artillery doing a little bit. Ancient nanite missile cloud. Yeah, well, they've just started. On the opposing side, the Tachyon Lance has done 150,000 damage. Kinetic artillery 20,000. So 170,000 versus, what's that? It must be, well, it must be close to, must be about nearly 300,000 damage. So they're being out damaged nearly 2 to 1, which I guess 2 to 1 in ships. So yeah, see how this pans out. Oof, this is not looking good. We are losing quite a few nanite ships actually. Have a look here, down to 31. We lost a few each there. Not many in the ships staying back. And opposing us. Yeah, so I've lost 23. 27, 25. So yeah. Losing ships, but not as fast as I thought. Considering they started at 35 each. So these are the Devastator ones going in. We can't really see what's happening at the moment. This is at the slowest speed too. Look how fast these guys are flying. This is nuts. They are they're losing a lot of ships now. Let's have a look again at the damage output. The neutron launchers are now 591,000. Devastator torpedoes, yeah, so they are doing a lot now. 200 and nearly 60,000. Ancient driller drones are doing a lot. What about damage this year? Look at the Devastator torpedoes. So Devastator torpedoes are working effectively now. 202,000 there as well. Neutron launchers. Damage to shields. Kinetic artillery as we would expect. The Tachyon lancers 380,000. Kinetic artillery 140. So what's that about? 520,000. That doesn't even match the neutron launchers on the opposing fleet. So you can see why they're winning. They're just not matching the damage. See the accuracy as well. Even though these guys are running a line computer, the accuracy is down. So kinetic artillery 79, 79. I wonder why that is. Evaded by enemy. The evasion must be much higher on these guys. Because in our previous battles versus like other battleships, it was pretty much equal, like 99, 98 sort of percent, 97%. These guys are 99%. So the kinetic artillery, okay, that's hitting for less. They're not using a line computer. Nanite black battery, yep. Neutron launcher 75, small phase disruptor, okay. The ancient defensive web slinger, okay, that's 100, right? That's just PD. Nano missile cloud 100%, and Devastator torpedoes 100%. Ooh, so Devastator torpedoes are hitting for 100%, which is expected. And Nanite missile cloud. How much damage are those things doing? Ancient nano missile cloud 65, so not too bad. Yeah, okay, let's continue on. See, they're just getting absolutely slaughtered now. Oh, just going to pause it before they all die. The damage. Okay, it's increased a bit, not a huge amount. But still, we're talking very large amounts of damage. Yeah, just getting massively out DPS'd. All right, so that was a well, bit of a slaughter really. So we haven't lost many ships along here. We lost what 1, 6, 16 there. And these were all our carrier ships, and these ones were all of our neutron launcher type ships. They were closing to artillery rates. So it's good to see that actually the combat computer's working. Carrier, artillery, and these are our torpedoes. So it's nice to see that they are sort of staying at their ranges. That's really good to see. So we did lose, particularly this fleet got targeted. These other ones lost, what's that? Yeah, 15 to 20 sort of in each sort of fleet. And these guys obviously lost more because they were in close range, but not as much as I was expecting, to be honest. Devastator torpedoes, yeah, very effective. So, but this fleet was massively outgunned. They were outnumbered 2 to 1 in terms of ship numbers, and plus these guys had superior technology. So it's a demonstration of what you can achieve now versus opponents, AI, who are using, you know, lots of battleships. That was 35 battleships times 12. That was not a small fleet to fight against. You're talking, it's that 350, 420 battleships to produce that. There's a huge amount of alloy cost versus the nanites, which you get for free now. Keep in mind, with the new patch, you don't get 5 free nanites or 5 free ships, or whatever the amount of ships is. I think some of it was about up to 60 something. Nanite swarm is free every month. Every 5 years it is. That's what it is. Then you don't get that. You just get free nanites now. You get an equivalent amount of free nanites just added to your stockpile for you to go and build more ships with, which you can build ships like this. It'll take you a while to get a fleet like this, but you can certainly do it. And you can see that, all right, to replace this loss, let's have a look. How much it would cost me. So to reinforce, we lost 170 ships in total. Currently forward 51, 385, 382,000. Well, let's fix that. Here you go. I'll fix that. Where is it? There we go. There you go. 1 million nanites. Thank you. So we can now afford to reinforce all for 1,275,000. Yeah, 1,275,500 nanites. 275,000 nanites. Yeah, 1,275,000. So that's fine. So we got, is it 1,275,000? Yeah, it is too. Okay. So you need a lot of nanites for that battle. So now let's go and just have a look at maybe a smaller. We'll just have a look at a couple smaller fleet actions so we can see on a smaller scale what's actually happening. All right. For this fight, what we've got is 3 fleets versus 3 fleets, just so we can see on a smaller scale what's happening here. So we've got one of each fleet here represented that I showed you last time. One Devastator, Torpedo, Nanite fleet, Torpedo, Combat Computer. Nothing's changed at all. Then we've got one of the carriers. Nothing's changed or the same as what we saw in the previous battle. And one neutron launcher, missile fleet, artillery. Nothing's changed there. We've got 3 of these fleets versus 3 of these fleets. So while these guys are outgunned, and I expect these guys to win, perhaps they won't, I don't know, but these guys I expect to lose. It's just to see how it performs on a smaller scale, and then we'll see. Maybe we'll add a 4th fleet or a 5th fleet, or change the weapon slightly and see how it performs. But just to see on a smaller scale how it performs. These guys are your artillery battleships, Tachyon Lance, Line Combat Computer again, and the standard stuff here. I haven't changed anything from the last battle. So we'll see how this plays out, and we can see a little bit in a bit more detail what's happening in the actual battle. Let's dive in.
Hostiles engaged.
There you go, the strike craft. I can't believe how fast these guys are. I have to look at the speed difference actually between normal strike craft. The Tachyon Lancers have opened up. Let's just see the damage that was done. So neutron launchers 35. Tachyon Lancers done 20, nearly 22,000. So you can see the neutron launchers are just out DPSing the X-class weapons at the moment. And still higher accuracy as well. That could be some of the other weapons coming into it. So now the Devastator torpedoes come into it. First volley would be off now. Oof! See that? Wow. They must have hit those fleets hard. Oh yeah, look at that. They just came in and went whack. First volley, 76,000 points on just 3 fleets and nearly 400,000 damage. Ouch. That was just brutal. You just saw like those fleets just went, nope, we're out of here, guys. See you later. They just got absolutely brutalized with that Devastator torpedo launch. Ooh, so you see how effective that was. These guys lost 6 ships. I wouldn't want to be this fleet. That was just nasty. Wow. 1 volley of Devastator torpedoes is all it took. Then 5 times 70. So what are we talking there? What's that? 350? 350 Devastator torpedoes? On just, yeah, look at this thing. They're gone. Wow, that was the retreated fleet. I wonder how many ships they actually lost. What did we lose, actually? We didn't lose any carriers. We lost 6 from the Devastator torpedoes, battleships. And we lost 15 here. For some reason, they were targeting the neutron launchers. Maybe because it's sort of medium range, because once these guys close too close, their kinetic artillery won't be any good. It's got nothing to really combat them, I guess. So how much would that cost us? It's only 157,000. Now it's 21 ships in total. That was just absolute slaughter. Let's look at the other side. What did they lose? They actually didn't lose too many. They just took a huge amount of damage quickly and just bailed. Just said, we're out of here. But they actually didn't lose that many ships. They only lost 17 for the 29,000 alloys. I think they just took so much damage so quickly, they just retreated. would have been interesting if they hung around, but I can't really control that. We could probably play it again and see if it happens again. Might do that quickly. I'll do it myself. If it happens again, I won't bother showing it. Alright, so just running that last test again. Just seeing if the same thing happens with the retreat. So we only really have to wait till the Devastator torpedoes get nice and close. Looks like they fired all at one ship there for a second. We'll wait for the next volley. They haven't retreated yet because the first volley all went towards one ship of the torpedoes, it seemed. See, this fight's a little bit more even. Well, even in terms of actually hanging around. But the damage, neutron launchers, the Devastator torpedoes, because I saw them when they flew in, you might have picked it up and opened it up. As this fleet approached about here, all the Devastator torpedoes fired at one ship. If you replay the video, you'll see that. That's probably why they're not doing this high amount of damage at the moment. They've done a lot of damage to armor now. I think the second volley. Oh, now they've just retreated again. Okay. That must have been the second volley of Devastator torpedoes. They just went, nah, we're out of here. So similar results the last time. Just took a little bit longer, but then all three fleets bailed. All right, let's move on to another test. Okay, so for this fight, I've tried to make it maybe a bit more even, or might be more favouring the standard ship design, perhaps, because I've reduced the ship numbers on the Nanite side, so it's not completely overwhelming, but they might still win. We'll see. So what we've got here, we've got our carrier Nanite ship, no change at all, same design. Got one of them. We've got our Devastator torpedo fleet. No changes. We've got one of them. I think we've got two of them actually. Two Devastator torpedoes fleets. And then we've got two neutron torpedo fleets as well for these two. So 5 fleets in total. On the opposing side, I've mixed it up a bit. So we've got a bit more of a mixed fleet now. You get a bit more of a opportunity to perhaps win. So we've got our artillery fleet here. I've swapped in some, I've made it more mixed armor and shields. I've put in some shield hardening and armor hardening, and I've made artillery computers to give us a bit of distance and range so we can stay in the fight longer. This line computer was probably playing too much into the opposition's hand, getting into torpedo range too fast, and that's I guess the negative of using line facing a superior enemy. You want to keep your distance, not close it. I've added in some cruisers with Devastator torpedoes and disruptors using torpedo combat computers. Again, mix of armor and shields, but just one less shield due to power constraints. Wasn't able to have enough power for 4 lots of shields. We've run with 2 lots of reactive armor, 1 lot of shield hardener. This will negate some of the damage from the opposing fleet, not all of it, because not all of it is penetration type weapons, but it will negate probably 40 to 50% of the opposing side's weapons. It'll reduce some of their output, damage output, so that will help somewhat. So we've got 2 fleets of the Devastator. No, we've got 3 fleets. 3 fleets of the Devastator torpedoes for the cruisers. For the strike craft, it was 2. For the artillery fleet, it was 2 fleets of battleships. One there, one there. We've got 3 lots of cruisers here. And then that's also the artillery fleet there. And then down the bottom, we've got 2 fleets of strike craft or carriers battleships. A mix of tachyon lance, got some missiles, we've got some flak and point defense to help shoot down the opposing strike craft. Our own strike craft, advanced strike craft there, and whirlwind missiles for long range firepower using carrier combat computer, mix of armor, shields, and once again, shield hardening and armor hardening. The reason I went for 2 shield hardening here is just to harden the shields, because there probably is more shield penetration weapons in the opposing fleet than armor penetration, so that might just help us a little bit. With the carrier staying at longer range, and it's not as important, I think, to have as much armor hardening. So this fleet does outnumber in terms of fleets, perhaps not in ships. What have we got here? 140, 280, 350. What have we got there? 70, 210 for the cruisers. And another 70, so it's 280. And then another 70, so 350. So that's actually 350 each side. 350 Nanite ships versus 350 ships on this. Though some of these are cruisers, so. But that's the only way I could really get torpedoes into a fight with the opposing sides. Let's see how it pans out.
Hostile swarm engaged.
Lots of opening up. Strike craft are being launched. You can just see how much faster these guys are. They close the distance a lot quicker in terms of strike craft. That's what I think anyway. I have to look at the speed. The opposing cruisers are engaging the enemy cruisers here. Enemy cruiser. It's a big battleship torpedo, Nanite Battleship torpedo versus the cruiser torpedoes. So let's have a look at the damage output. Actually, I want to look at it from the Nanite side. The neutron launchers are up there again. Devastator torpedo, oh, not close, very close behind the Devastator torpedo. Well, Devastator torpedoes from both sides, but from this side it's 69. It's pretty good. The small phaser up to the ancient nano missiles, and on this side, Tachyon Lance, yeah, top, and Devastator torpedoes are in third. What's that? 44. Then another 70, 110, 120,000. Yeah, there's still, the Nanite fleet is still out DPSing them. Battleships only lost one by the look of it. And they're taking a lot of losses, both sides really. The big torpedo duel in the middle, but at least it's stopped. Oh, they're broken through now. The Nanite ship, no, they're swinging back, engaging the cruisers. So the cruisers have done the job, and now they're heading towards the battleship. Just pause here. So the Devastator torpedo Nanite battleships have broken through now the cruiser screen, and now the cruisers are going towards the is it the neutron launchers? Is it? I think it is. Yeah, neutron launcher battleships. But there's not a lot of them left. You'd see the firepower. There's not a lot of them to deal, but they might do some damage. These guys, there's still significant numbers of these left, and they're into the battleships now. If these guys can actually do any damage or not. Doesn't look like they're having much impact there. A little bit. There's not enough of them left. Whereas these guys, yeah, these guys are wrecking holy hell. Yeah. But they are trying to move and keep their distance, so they're doing what they're supposed to do. Cruisers are nearly spent. Now you're getting a bit of that combat computers not closing range. But then we've got our neutron launchers as well. They're moving in now. Neutron battleships are chasing them. Be these ones, I think. Yeah. Oh, no, the Devastator torpedoes chasing them. That one. What's this one? Neutron launchers. There's still enough battleships there left. Can they prevail? You've only got the one carrier fleet back there. Looks like they've just got too much more. That one is nearly done. These two fleets are nearly done. Got the one fleet there. Oof. Ooh. They got one fleet there, 65k as well. Really even. What's that? 150, 30, 40, 100. Yeah, they've still got 170k back there. So who have we got left actually fighting each other? Let's just have a look at this. That's the Nanite. There can't be a Nanite carrier there, surely. Neutron launcher. Neutron launcher. Devastator torpedoes there. And that'll be another. No, you never Devastator torpedo. We've still got quite a few Devastator torpedo fleets left, so that's a key advantage. The neutron launchers really got hammered. And we've got the carrier battleship back there. And on the opposing side, I just really want to see who's survived. So that's one of the carrier battleship fleets. So that's not very good for them. Another carrier battleship fleet, yeah. And the last of the artillery battleships. So yeah. So 2 carrier fleets. It's not going to end well for the carriers versus torpedoes. Which I think is stating the obvious. But they put up a surprisingly good fight, I must say. Doing quite effectively, actually. They're having trouble chasing because although they're there, the carriers are all flying around. You can see them here, like trying to run away, but the actual fleet symbols are here. The carrier battleships are out here. So they're having trouble chasing them down. But they are whittling them down though. The neutron launchers now are firing. Plus you've got the strike craft chasing them, and you've got the X-slot weapons. Well, no, not from the nanites, not the X-slot weapons. Not in this battle anyway. They're nearly spent. Much closer than I thought though. So 350 ships, best 350. I think using those cruisers, devastated cruisers, was really effective. Just speed this up. Finish this battle.
Fleet status deleted.
All right. Let's have a look at the losses on this side. What did we lose? All at 211 ships. The cost of what's that? 1,582,500 nanites to replace it all. So that's an expensive battle. 211 ships destroyed. One fleet got completely wiped. So yeah, so I think that proved a lot more effective, that counter. We didn't win, but this fleet's probably not going to go on and continue the invasion. At this point, they need to replace their losses. Let's over this side. They didn't run out of energy or anything, which is good. Let's look at the fleet losses on this side. You can see there, might be a retreat bug there as well, but we'll, so 315 ships, a loss of 364,520 alloys and all the strategic resources and bits and pieces. So quite a lot to replace there in terms of alloys. But at least we got to see that this type of design can hold up a lot more to the Nanite battleships. But this Nanite battleships, this is just crazy. This is just nuts. Probably arguably the best ship design you can do in terms of cost, of firepower, and the biggest thing, what is the fleet cap. You only have like a battleship is what, 8 points, and the Nanite battleship's 4 points per fleet. So you can have 2 to 1, provided you can afford it. Although alloys is probably easier to come across than nanites, but a big wide nanite player, the way they've done it now, they can get lots and lots of alloys, lots of nanites rather. All right, guys, give me some comments, give me some feedback on what you think of this new ship design, the Nanite Battleship, or Nanite Interdictor as it's called. I think it's very, very powerful, and it's just completely just a big new ship design thrown out by Paradox out the blue and go, here you go, have that. And it's just going to upset the apple cart in a huge way now, which makes playing nanites a lot more attractive now. This really does change things up. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button for me, subscribe to the channel. I'll be back soon with another video. Bye for now.